Hi everyone, I'm Ellen Bryan.
And I'm Kristen Bursett Harris. We are the hosts of Great Day Washington.
And today we want to show you some of our favorite segments in the Great Day Kitchen.
Just a couple of months ago, we learned how to make lentil nuggets with Kiano Modu. She is the author of a cookbook called Africali. Take a look.
I'm from California.
Okay.
And my mom's from Kenya, dad's from Nigeria, so the food I grew up eating was influenced very much by both cultures. So in my new cookbook, I really wanted to make those everyday recipes a little bit more fun by pulling in some ingredient combinations from my heritage, like these lentil nuggets. And they're kind of my favorite.
Kind of a whole mashup here. Okay.
I mean, this is perfect for you. You're
great.
vegetarian, but then for somebody that doesn't want the chicken or
you
something
have
healthier, probably, right?
so many more dishes. So we're taking a look at some of the gorgeous things that you've created. Yeah.
So you make this easy for people like me that can't cook?
Every recipe I have, I try to cook recipes for everyone.
Yeah.
So you have recipes for your weeknight after work, for the weekends when you want to have maybe a little baking project or want to impress someone. It's all in there.
Yeah.
So something for every day of the week.
Very different.
So
okay, how do we make these?
Let's make these nuggets. So first off, I have this little puree here.
Okay.
It's just some red lentils that have been soaked in water, a red onion, and just maybe one of these chilies. These are habaneros. If you don't like spice, take out the seeds, but they have such a good flavor. So that's all blended together. Nice little puree.
In a food processor? You
Yeah,
can
just
blender?
in the
whatever.
blender.
Okay.
Just maybe wash it twice before you make your next smoothie.
It'll linger.
So now we're gonna make this a little fun. And honestly, this is kind of what chicken nuggets look like at the beginning before they get fried. Red bell pepper. Just toss that in there.
Sneak some veggies in there for them too.
Oh, this is like all veg, but it tastes so fun. And then some herbs. This is a really fun recipe when you just have those herbs laying around the fridge. You're like, oh, these are gonna die. Put them all in. I have some parsley, chives, and also cilantro. So whatever combination you have, like those softer herbs, chuck them in there.
You prefer fresh herbs more,
Yeah,
probably?
they're really nice, they're light, and they just make every homemade meal a little bit more. I did something right.
Yeah.
And then some seasoning. I like using little bouillon cubes because you get all that flavor of soup and stock. You can use shrimp, chicken, veggie. This is veggie, so we can keep it for everyone. And then maybe a little salt because these are not very salty bouillon. You just mix it up and that's it.
That's it?
That's it. This is our nugget batter.
Wow. And then you fry them, you bake them,
We're gonna give it a little shallow fry because I know a lot of people are afraid of deep frying.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be
Why?
scary.
Because it splashes and things, or?
I have some good tips for you on
Please
frying.
do.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm going to set the house on fire or something.
Oh, okay. That's what you're afraid of. Okay.
First step is make sure your pot has a lot of room. You see there's very little oil in there compared to how big the pot is.
Okay.
We're just going to take a little scoop of the batter, just using a regular kitchen spoon, and just plop it in there. And that's it. And if you don't want to splash yourself while frying, just make sure you don't do it from high. Do it nice and low. And away
I don't
from your
see
face.
anything splashing up. You're right.
Because people get afraid and they'll go from really high, and that's when you get the splash.
Afraid, that quick little.
I'm always telling, if I use any kind of oil, I make the kids get out of the room. Because it always splashes on me.
Probably smart though.
That's nice.
Just keep away one way or the other. Yeah.
How long do you leave these in there for?
So these are just going to cook until they get golden brown. Because unlike chicken, it's vegetables. They cook really fast, and so you don't have to worry about them serving raw. And look at that. Just give them a flip.
That's quick.
Golden brown. And this is
Wow,
on low
that's
heat.
how fast.
Oh, that is low.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can you talk about, I feel like your mom was in some of the pictures that I saw that are in the cookbook. She's a huge inspiration behind
Oh,
this.
yeah.
There they are. We have some of the photos.
We have to say mom's here with her too, supporting her. I love this, helping out behind the scenes. What kind of inspiration is she to you?
Yeah, mom is on tour with me right now. My mother, she's like a home cook through essentials. She's got to get the job done. Where I've always been a cook for passion. So she's like, you want 7 years old, have the kitchen to yourself. So she's always encouraged me. She put me in cooking class since I was 7 years old. So she's the biggest cheerleader and of course the original taste tester for anything I make. So all my recipes are mom approved.
Are they all? Okay. All right. And I'm sure very proud that you have your own cookbook out. Is this your first cookbook?
This is my first cookbook. So
Amazing.
I had to make sure the recipes in here. They're just what I cook at home. They're very everyday. It's like a good mix of stuff, but It's just really a reflection. So on the cover, it says recipes from my Jikoni. Jikoni is Swahili for kitchen.
Can you
Yeah,
remind us real
can
quick the ingredients one more time that you
Of
put in? So we have the
course.
the lentils, of
So
course.
it's red lentils, onions, and habanero just mixed together.
Okay.
And then just add in some chopped bell pepper, fresh herbs, and a little bit of seasoning.
Really
That's
good.
Easy.
Very, very good.
I like
My
those
kids
better
would
than
eat it.
chicken nuggets.
And we know where it's come from.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I can do the pepper. You
appreciate
get
it.
the pepper, a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
get
of it.
a little hint. We
Yeah,
take out
it's
the seeds
okay.
out, so it's not
It's not gonna.
too.
Yeah.
It's good flavor.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so
Delicious.
much.
I think she's getting me to like vegetarian
Yes,
food.
we're exploring that world for you, Kristen. I'm always looking for something for my kids
Yeah.
that they will eat. Nuggets are always a go-to, but you don't always like what's in chicken
Right.
nuggets.
Or know what's
Or-
know what's in
yeah,
them.
exactly. So something like this, where they're gonna eat it, is always a win for me.
Well, I loved it because it was dense enough, but especially as a kid, or if you were just eating it and didn't know, you wouldn't
Right.
know that it was fully vegetarian.
A lot of flavors. It's very good for you.
It was really good.
It's awesome. Okay, if you are interested, you can always order Africali recipes from My Jikoni on Amazon.
All right, wine lovers. We both like wine, so we can agree on this.
Yes.
60 Vines opened their first DC location earlier this year. So coming up after the break, we're going to see what kinds of goodies they have on their menu.
Welcome back. 60 Vines just opened its first location right here in DC.
It's in the heart of the Foggy Bottom neighborhood and it offers guests 60 different wines on tap from all around the globe. And joining us today to tell us more about 60 Vines is the new location's general manager, Chris Farmer. Welcome.
Thank you
And
so much.
congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Really excited about this. We finally opened. The whole brand idea is that we are trying to transport you to wine country, right? So you don't have to buy a plane ticket. You can just open our doors and there you are. The crux of what we try to do is try to change the idea of wine culture. So we're reimagining it, right?
Okay.
So instead of stuffy, old, that kind of sense, we want to make it a little more fresh and vibrant. When you walk into our 11,000 square feet, yeah, it's a lot of DC real estate.
Yeah.
You are transported. We have wide open spaces. It's a completely open floor plan with farm tables meant for people to kind of congregate together
cool.
and build a little bit of that culture of DC.
Yeah. It said 60 wines on tap. So they're not out of a bottle,
They're
or
not
you
out
are
of a
buying
bottle.
Okay.
We do also have bottles, but the
Okay.
concept of what we do is the wine on tap system. So the idea behind it is, one, it's sustainable. Every keg that we fill saves 26 bottles of wine from going into a landfill, right? So that's bottles, foils, corks,
Right.
all of the above. But also on top of that, it's the closest that you can possibly get to tasting wine straight out of the barrel. Our NO2 system that causes the wine never to touch oxygen keeps it fresh from beginning to end. So from the first taste to the last, it's fresh.
Can we taste?
Yes, we can. I,
please.
I saw the eyes. So what I did was
Still my
set up
birthday
a
week.
little bit. Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday. We set up a little bit of a tasting for you, right?
Okay.
So the first wine that we're gonna try is the J. Bookwalter Riesling. Okay. And then we're gonna try that with the Rogue Smoky Blue Cheese. So I have a couple of forks for you, so you can try it together. One of my favorite things to do is to pair wine for people. You either want to go similar taste or something that's going to be a juxtaposition to the taste, right? So that smoky blue has a little bit of like honey, apple. The wine itself has a little bit of pear. So it actually really pairs well together. You like it?
Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. I know a little something.
You really do. Keep it coming.
All
Chris.
right. So next up, we are going to try our spec. That is going to be a smoked Italian ham. And we're going to do that with one of my absolute favorite vineyards, Dow. So they're based out of Paso Robles, one of my favorite wine regions. Truly the American dream. Two brothers escaped Lebanon, opened a vineyard together, and they just sold for nearly $1 billion.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
Yeah.
Congrats to them.
And it's a beautiful wine region, and they produce amazing wines.
So a little prosciutto with
Very good.
very good.
All right. And then lastly, we have our Mount Tam. We have our Mount Tam Cowgirl Creamery. Now, that's going to be almost like a brie consistency.
It looks like brie. Yeah.
Something really cool about Cowgirl is it's a female-owned creamery. So
Nice.
what we like to do at 60 Vines is not just say, oh, hey, the wine tastes like this or this tastes like this. We want to tell a story behind it. And what you're drinking is the Joe Wagner 50/50. If you know wine, you know Joe Wagner, and that is specifically made for us. Can't get it anywhere else.
that's
You
amazing.
gotta
My
come into-
favorite period of all.
That's
Save the best
amazing.
for last.
Well, I
Chris,
mean,
well done.
I try. So, I mean, as you can see, we have
Yeah,
a couple
it's
of
a gorgeous
tastings
spread.
of things that we do at the
Perfect.
restaurant. Our olives, our bacon wrapped dates, our fried chicken and caviar, a
gosh.
huge staple at our restaurant.
This is amazing.
And then our burrata. And then, honestly,
We're sold.
yeah,
Yeah, the
you're gonna
grass,
come,
the
you're gonna
honey,
come visit me?
everything. I think so.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
hope so.
We
Thank
hope
you.
all
Thank
of
you.
you go and visit too. 60 Vines is located in the Foggy Bottom neighborhood on Washington
double
Circle. I already did. Go ahead. It's open for lunch, dinner, and brunch on the weekends.
See, this is what we're
Ask for
trying to
Chris
create.
for more. Go to 60vines.com.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for something sweet. After the break, we're going to show you a fun spin on the classic root beer float with Cakes by Happy Eatery. One of our favorite local bakeries celebrated its 40th anniversary earlier this year. So to celebrate, we invited them on the show, of course.
Of course. Cakes by Happy Eatery specializes in personalized and super creative
Very
cakes,
creative.
cookies, and more, really for any occasion that you can imagine. One of the founders of the bakery, Emily Wu, joined us over the summer to tell us a little bit more about their history, and she also made us some root beer floats. Take a look.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're very excited. 40 years.
Yeah, I just
amazing.
realized of all the times you've come in, it's your parents who started this,
Yes.
right? Back in what, 1984?
84.
Okay. What,
And-
they wanted to just open a cake shop?
Well, actually, we started as a restaurant, a Chinese buffet restaurant, and to set us apart from everybody else, we offered in-house desserts on it. And people loved the little cakes at the end of it, things like that. So it became a, can you make me a birthday cake? And then from the birthday cake became a wedding. So we were learning, tiering, all of that good things.
you had to learn on the job.
We had to learn on the job.
You're
These
going
are
and look at,
parents?
looking at some of the photos. Yeah.
That's my father.
Wow.
I hear your mom she's still there.
She is
still the
she
matriarch
is
here.
watching. We tell her that she is quality control inspector there.
Because it's you and your sister Victoria
Yes.
who now run the shop.
Yes, we're there every day. And then my mother, you can always find her sitting at her seat with a newspaper in hand, making sure everything is going out.
And if they stop by the shop, they could get what we're making today, right?
Yes, we are going to do root beer floats today. A little throwback end of summer nostalgia for everybody.
I love it.
All right, what do we have? Is that
All
just
right.
vanilla ice cream?
We are doing vanilla ice cream today, so on the classic. And Ellen, are you going to have a classic root beer float today?
I think I will have the classic.
All right.
I love root beer.
so. We've got the
cream, but you know
vanilla
that.
ice cream scoop over here.
It's a good mix.
And then when you're pouring it, you want to make sure you have a nice tall glass so that the foam doesn't go over. And you see a little bit of a tilt here, and then at the very end,
Oh, that foams a lot.
it foams a lot, and it gives you that
Oh my
nice
gosh.
cream.
Look
It'll
at
stay,
that.
I promise.
Will it really?
that.
I'm like,
It will.
will.
That's
impressive.
Wow.
And then
I was going to put money on it going over. Okay.
you get your soda shop fun. You can
Okay, there
top
you
it
go.
with whipped cream, some sprinkles, cherries, anything like that.
Should I go ahead?
You
or
go
will
ahead.
It
Once you do that,
it will
push the foam down.
start to fall?
Yes.
Oh, if I could only get the cool
There you go. And then there's all different variations now on the root beer floats.
Yeah,
They-
because I know Ellen loves root beer. I'm not a root beer fan, but I love that idea. So what else can we do?
So we've got actually, if you use chocolate ice cream and root beer, they call it a brown cow.
Okay.
And if you do orange soda, it's an orange cow. And then you've got a purple cow for the grape soda. And today we might go a little crazy because we've got the brown cow, we've got the regular root beer float. So I say we make a spotted cow.
Spotted cow.
So we'll
Oh,
do
look
some
at that,
chocolate
Ellen.
syrup down the side.
Wow. I might
I'll
have to
just
try
have
that
that.
one too. This
It'll
is
be
so
a
good.
first for everybody, right?
I didn't realize the ice cream floats right up to the
It
top.
does, and then it gives it that
Like
nice
digging for it.
creamy. All right. You want to try it with a different soda since you don't want to do
Sure.
root beer?
let's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Orange?
Whatever. That's fine.
Okay.
Perfect. Either one of those works for me. I know. I'm not a root beer
is so
fan,
good.
but I'm glad that there's other ways we can do it. I never thought about doing another
Do
float.
it with
Makes sense.
Yeah, any type of cola float, because you want that fizz.
You do a lot of drinks in the shop too, right?
We
It's not
do.
just
We
root beer
do a lot
floats.
of bubble teas, lemonades.
That's almost perfect for like Halloween or fall with orange.
absolutely.
Ooh, I get
yeah.
to do it too.
Do that right there.
Excuse me, Ellen.
Well, this is so good.
Excuse me.
So instead of the spotted cow, we're going to have the Halloween
Yeah.
pumpkin cow.
Again, put in the request and you
That's
guys
probably
can
a
do
little
it,
much,
right?
but that looks delicious.
But that's the fun. You
That's
just put your
awesome.
spoon in there and dig in.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on 40 years again. You know, Cakes by Happy Eatery, they've come on the show so many times. As we said, so creative,
my
and they
goodness.
will customize anything for any kind of event that you have going on.
I love getting them on too for like those special holidays, and
Yeah.
they have Star Wars cakes and graduation. It's perfect, and it's
Right.
always delicious. It's
Yes.
amazing the creativity of their
Yeah.
team. But I was really impressed with the root beer floats. I
Right.
told you I don't like root beer.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That was delicious. But
Yeah.
that's the way they think, and it's just kind of like, why can't we think that way?
Yeah, that's why we have Victoria and Emily in
Thank
our
you,
lives.
ladies.
Go see them.
Okay, it's that time of year to bake and make memories with our family. Next, Ava Uppel shows us how to make her signature French apple tart.
Tis the season for baking, and our next guest encourages you to bake memories throughout the seasons with your loved ones, just one recipe at a time.
Ava Uppel's debut cookbook, Baking Memories, is out now, and it's filled with simple and fun recipes for you to make all year round, but that are absolutely gorgeous. Good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah,
so excited to be here.
congratulations.
Thank you very
You
much.
focus on French baking a lot, or is this a little bit of everything in this cookbook?
Absolutely. French baking, because I grew up in Paris, France. I came here only a few years ago, 7 years ago to be exact, for my American dream. So I'm here, and now I have a family of my own. So the recipes that I had in my childhood, my mom baked with me and my sister, all these memories, I'm able to recreate that for my family now.
Yeah.
And my mom is not here anymore, but I have these cherished memories of being with her, and it's priceless. So I hope that I can encourage more people to bake memories with their families, because
Yeah.
these are really lasting memories.
These are gorgeous desserts. What is this that we're making today?
We're making a French apple tart that's called
Okay.
tarte aux pommes in French. And you know, French
Okay.
baking, cooking, I've heard people say it's intimidating. This is not. It's
It
actually
looks
super
intimidating.
easy.
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, it's look
gorgeous.
at what I have here. I have
Okay.
blender, mixer, food processor, however this is called. This is really
Okay.
what you need to make the recipe. You're going
Okay.
to start by making the crust. All the ingredients in here, and I will send you the recipe afterwards, but we have some flour, sugar, salt, butter, and water. Process
Okay.
it all in here. Then here
Okay.
is go. You have a bowl, dough.
Okay.
You're going to add some of the flour on top, and if you can
Yep.
just come here, Ellen.
Oh, sure.
Yes,
Show us
and
your
just
skills,
roll
Ellen.
it out. Here we go.
As flat as you.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is perfect. So once you have the rolled
full.
dough, yeah, you can
Oh,
put it in a large tart pan such as this one, which
Should
is
I
about
just-
9-10 each. This is perfect.
Okay.
Here we go. You're
Just
done.
good to go? Okay.
Yes, this is perfect
love
size
these
for
little
a
ones.
small tartlet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You bake that, and then,
Okay.
so this is a frangipane filling. Frangipane filling is so delicious. It has this nutty flavors, notes that complements the apple. So apples are delicious, but
yeah.
with this nutty frangipane filling and the buttery sweet crust is absolutely delicious together. So you can
sounds
go
good.
ahead and
Okay.
take some frangipane. I'm going to give you
Okay.
some.
Okay.
You're going to place it in the middle of your pan.
Can you buy the filling like this, or did you also had to make this?
You make it, but
Okay.
it's really delicious and really easy.
Okay.
Guess what? Again, we
I
need
spread
that
it?
same food
Oh, use
processor,
the same- okay.
the same thing, and you're going to put then your butter, your sugar, your almond flour, your egg yolks,
Oh.
and some vanilla.
Okay.
Blend it
Are we
again,
supposed
and
to
here you
spread it
have
out? Is that the
yes.
right? Okay.
Here we go. You're natural.
Following you, Kristen.
Have you already done that?
I was following you.
No, we have not.
Well, this is perfect. So once you have that, the fun
Okay.
part is the apples.
Okay.
The apples, I like to cut them in halves, and I
Okay.
use my grater to grate super thin slices that you have right
Yes.
here.
Oh,
So I've
perfect.
made them for us. And the trick here is to put some lemon juice in them so they can stay fresh until they are ready to use, and you can
Yeah.
place them on
Okay.
your tart however you wish.
In any kind of design, which you have so much inspiration for us. It's like a rosebud, another flower.
Some type of flowers. I'm a big fan of flowers, so you're going to get a lot of flowers here. And my daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, loves helping me with this process. Eating apples, also a lot of apples here and there, but
you're making them.
absolutely decorating them however she wishes. And once you have placed all your apples on your tart,
Not pretty.
oh, it is gorgeous.
I started and
That is pretty poor.
I think it's gorgeous. Well, it's gonna taste incredible.
No, it's
so
bad. Okay.
I love it. So once you have all that and
Yes.
it's ready, you're gonna place it in the oven. You're gonna bake that for about 20 minutes if it's a smart tartlet, more such as 30 minutes if it's a large tart at 350 Fahrenheit. And once it comes out and it's delicious and warm, you're going to add some apricot jam that's partially melted. You're going to brush that on top of your apples.
Okay.
This looks
And
amazing.
a little bit of cinnamon.
I'll let you finish. Ava, congratulations. Thank you for sharing this with us. Ava's book, Baking Memories, is available now on her website, avaupel.com. And you can see more from Ava on her YouTube page and learn how to do this as well.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We hope we didn't make you too hungry.
And remember, it's never too late to make it a great day.